Hey, what's your name and how'd you do this weekend?
Yeah, so Michael, I got top 8 at the Santa Clara Regional with Mitsurugi Ryzeal.
Nice. All
Cool.
right.
So we can just jump right into it. Play for the Ryzeal engine 3X, 3 Ice, 3 Bonfire, and then the bricks 1 Sword, 1 Node, and 1 Cross. Something a little different about this list is that I max out on Ice because I always want to draw a play in this deck. The game plan of this deck is to always resolve the Ritual spell, and I don't care if it resolves turn 1, turn 3, turn 5. I just want to resolve it, and I think just opening up more plays just allows me to do that over the course of the game. So that's why I played 3 Ice, and I actually summoned 3 of these in 1 turn a lot because of some of the cards in my deck. And then, so that's what the Ryzeal engine. You had to play Cross. It's super broken. It protects your combo. So playing without it is super awkward. This deck plays through infinite hand traps if you draw a lot of Ryzeals. And then for Mitsu engine, played 3 Saji, 1 Brick, 2 Ame, 1 Futsu, and then 3 Prayers, and then 3 Ritual. So I kind of maxed out on, and then the Brick actually. I maxed out on the Mitsurugi engine. If you open multiples of these cards, you play through infinity hand traps, and you always want to see a way to get to this card, which is probably the most broken card in the format. Like, hand trapping this deck feels really bad when you put this on the field because essentially every hand trap becomes Herald or Orange Light. Like, it's 2 for 1, and I'm okay with that kind of trade when you are able to set up like soft Omni and Omni in this turn 1. And yeah, overall, like, good going first, good going second. They're just like almost custom cards, and they pair really well with Ryzeal cards because Ryzeal cards force out a lot of things, and then you kind of just finish them off with the Mitsu engine. And then supplementary engine is 3 Nadir, 1 Maximus. This card is really busted. It's kind of like an obvious inclusion in the deck. But I think Nadir is a little overrated. I think post side games 2 and 3, just because like Dweller will always be on your opponent's field, and this card is completely useless. So I actually side this out going second versus Fiend Rise, and any deck that could spam Dweller. So overall really good, like good going first card, but definitely like a cuttable engine. But like Maximus just kind of steals games sometimes. Sometimes you just set up a Dweller and then Maximus and they scoop because they don't want to show you what you're playing. I play, for the non-engine, the only hand trap I play is 3 Fua. Fua is very good. You could just like turn skip your opponent. They end on Detonator Pass, which like your deck kind of just eviscerates. And it's a level 4, which is good in certain fringe cases to make dual drive. So yeah, just very strong card. And then for the board breakers, I played 2 Thrust, 1 Talents. Originally I had these cards are really good in this deck just because they synergize well with Maximus, and also if you get Bitstealed and Hand Trap, you can like really seal the game when you open these cards. I originally had 6 in here, but I cut them down because they weren't as consistent going first. When you draw multiples, and sometimes like if they don't Hand Trap you or you get hit with an impermanent in a certain spot, they just didn't really do anything. So I kind of cut down on these. So I cut 3 of them for 3 Metal Channels in the main. This card is really broken. It's good going first, so I felt like Talents, cutting Talents for this card was acceptable, and then going second, it's just an extra body. A lot of times in simplified game states where you can just like, you don't even need to banish someone's detonator, and then you can just like negate the detonator, and it's half a Dweller. So you can just set up a Dweller with a body that you summoned off of this card, and then blow up the field with Ame, and it's effectively like banishing detonator with Eclipse. So I thought this was really good. Won me a lot of games. So yeah, that's that. And then the rest of the non-engine is 1 Imperm. Just like cheese your opponent, but then it's mainly for to give you Thrust a settable card going first. And then 41st card is called by. I want to side Duster, so that's why I moved that to the main. And then extra deck, I play 2 Detonator. I think 2 is necessary because a lot of times when you go into a board, you just hard make Detonator first and it forces out everything. And then 1 Dual Drive. This card's really good. When you summon this card in this deck, you want to try to have Ame first, so that when people interact with this card, they just have to use 2 cards to negate it, and if you don't, you just win the game on the spot. And then 2 Eclipse Twins. The only reason to play, a big reason why to play this deck is so that you can abuse this card. And in the Fiend Rise deck, you can only play 1 of it. But in this deck, you play 2, and this forces your combo through. It's really strong. 1 Dugaris, just a utility card. 1 Feral Imps is really important for the combo. I actually cut. I already cut the second one for Cowboy, which didn't come up at all, so I'll probably cut this for Feral Imps, because this deck you play super fast. You definitely don't need Feral Imps. And then 1 Exciton Knight. It's only comes up in the Malice matchup. But it's just also a Metal Tronus target when they have Fiendsmith cards, and you're able to summon this off of it. And yeah, really good. Irrigator makes X super breaker. And then 1 Dweller, this card's best card in the format. You summon this card, you pretty much win the game. And then Maximus targets all of these. All these came up. Very strong. And then for side deck, I play a lot of hand traps, which I think is a little different. Just because I think post side, going into a Dweller, I think instead of trying to deal with the Dweller by drawing specific combinations like Droplet, XYZ Encore, I just want to like prevent it from happening in the first place, and then your engine just like destroys them. So I play 3 Lancia, 3 Meows, very important cards versus Malice. Malice is actually a really bad matchup going second, and that deck's super ignorant going first. It's like very oppressive, like it's like they need to hit that deck. But in the meantime, you play 6 of them so that you turn skip, and then you have a chance going second. And then for the hand traps that I played against the Mirror and also for Fiend Rise, is 3 Droll, 2 Perillia, and then I played Duster. Droll's really strong in the Mirror because, again, it's just a power card. And then Perillia is really good because if your opponent wants to go to Dweller under Perillia, you're going to draw like 3 cards. And I'm okay with that because I side out the cards that lose to Dweller, and then essentially I'm just drawing all power cards to deal with their board. And that's kind of why I played that. And then I played Duster because destroys all the monsters, you destroy all the back row like this, and the game becomes like very easy if they don't have cross or any back row. And then for last cards, 3 Solemn Strike. Played this because it's a little bit more consistent than playing thrust targets, because from testing, I think when you play D-Barrier or Sanctum and you get stopped, those cards aren't really saving you because you still have to like push through their hand traps or push through the engine that essentially they're allowed to like just combo off because you don't play a lot of hand traps. And if you're thrusting at the end of your combo, you probably already won anyways, so I didn't think I needed Floodgates, but instead I just wanted very consistent cards where I trade with the resources and then I can push back and just deal with hand traps on my follow-up instead of dealing with hand traps and engine. So yeah, that's kind of why I play Solemn Strike. But yeah, other than that, that's the deck.
Nice. Any shout-outs before we go?
Shout-outs to the council, shout-outs to Lazy Dog, Nick, Nate, Andy, Julian. Yeah.
All right, thanks.